Hey guys, I'm Philip Wilder, and today I want to share with you an important lesson on how we should respond to receiving gifts. This is very timely because Christmas is coming up right around the corner, and it's important for us to know how we should respond to receiving gifts. Let's get to it. So the main thing behind Christmas is that God gave us his son Jesus. That's a gift that we did not deserve. There's a lot of things that go into that as far as how we should respond to this gift. Do we just acknowledge it and then continue on our way? How should we respond? Well, we're going to get into that a little bit more so, but I want to start by reading 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 10. And it says, "As each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's varied grace." Now, I know that this is talking about spiritual gifts, but I think the same applies to gifts in general. If you think about it, let me, go into a personal story. Before I was born, my mom prayed for a long while that one of her kids would end up becoming a missionary. And as of right now, I'm the only kid in my family who is doing missions work or working in Christian ministry. Now, why did God choose me to be the kid that ended up answering my mom's prayer out of all my brothers and sisters? I can only think of one reason, and that's what I like to call the David reason, because just as David was chosen because he was apparently the least significant, or in a sense the most forgotten, because God wanted it to be very clear that anything he does through this person is doing it because God is the one at work rather than that person. I feel like that's kind of the case with me. My older brothers are way cooler than me, and in a lot of ways I kind of feel like I was just the middle child. And so, of course, God chose to use me because I was the least qualified or the least significant in a sense, but we'll put that aside. Anyways, how do I now respond to this? It's a huge privilege to be the kid that God chose to use to answer my mom's prayers. But do I look at this and think, oh my gosh, of course God would choose me? Well, no, it's a gift. And so there's three ways that I think we should respond to such great gifts like this. The first is we need to acknowledge and recognize that we don't deserve the gift. That's the very point of a gift. A gift is something someone is giving out of their free will. The other person did nothing to deserve it. Just like me, I did nothing to deserve God choosing to use me. I did absolutely nothing. And so because of that, I can step into the second important response, and that's to show gratitude or to show appreciation. If you don't deserve the gift, then you can really appreciate the gift a whole lot more. Just like how I did not deserve to be chosen by God. If I did think that I deserved to be chosen by God, I wouldn't really appreciate the gift so much. I would just think, well, it makes sense. It's like getting a paycheck because you worked hard. You deserve that paycheck. Thanking your employer is kind of a weird thing. Of course, you could always thank your employer, but to get a gift that you don't deserve, if you recognize that you don't deserve it, just like how I did not deserve to be chosen by God or used by God by any means to do his work here on the planet, then we should have that same sort of perspective. Because I did not deserve it, I can be so much more thankful that God did choose to use me. If I thought that I did deserve it, then it would be kind of a prideful thing. I think, well, of course God chose to use me. I'm Philip after all, and I'm this great example of a Christian man, whatever. It'd be weird and prideful. But if we recognize that we don't deserve it, because that's what all gifts are, then it becomes so much more beautiful. God chose to use me, not because I deserve it. And in the same way, God's choosing to use you. He chooses to use all believers. But God chooses to use us not because we deserve it, but because he wants to use us. It's a gift. And out of that appreciation and out of that understanding that we don't deserve this, and as we give God praise and thank him for this amazing gift, there's a third response that we should have when it comes to receiving a gift. And when we receive a gift, we should recognize that this gift is not our own. It is a gift that we are given because we did not deserve it, and we should use it to bless other people. And that's why I chose this verse, 1 Peter 4, verse 10. As each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's varied grace. So just like how God chose to use me out of all my siblings, and of course he's using them as well too. I'm not going to diminish that, but I'm the only one in Christian ministry right now. So he used me to answer my mom's specific prayer. I did not deserve that. And so instead of being prideful and thinking that I did deserve it, I should recognize that I didn't deserve it. I should give God praise, but also I shouldn't just stop there. I should think, well, if God chose to give me this wonderful gift of choosing to use me in ministry, I should then use this to bless other people. If God's choosing to work through me, then let God work through me to bless other people. Or in the same way, if you're given a gift, let's just say at random, this guy chooses to give you $1 billion. You did nothing to deserve it. You didn't sign up for anything. He just randomly flipped through a phone book, which that's outdated as it is, but he just randomly picked your name out of all the names on the planet and he said, I'm going to give you $1 billion. Would you keep those $1 billion to yourself? Or would you use a chunk of it and bless other people with it because you realize this money isn't mine. I didn't deserve this money, so I'm going to help meet the needs of the people around me and bless them with it as well too. So that's the third response. We should recognize that this is a gift given to us, and we should therefore be good stewards of this gift and serve others and bless others with this gift as well too. Now bringing this back to Christmas time. Christmas is all about God giving us a gift, his son Jesus. We did not deserve it. If anything, God should have just punished us as it is. We did not deserve him showing us any grace at all. And yet he did. He sent his son Jesus to die on the cross for us so that we could be reunited with God. That's an amazing gift. We did not deserve it, so we need to recognize that we didn't deserve it. You are not so amazing and so cool that God thought, oh my gosh, I need this person to be with me in eternity. No, you did nothing to deserve it. But God loved you so much that he still wants you to be in eternity with him. And so we have this gift that we didn't deserve. So let's praise and thank God for this undeserved gift that is so meaningful and so impactful that it literally changes lives. It gives us hope and peace when this world is falling apart. But additionally too, let's take this gift and use this gift as a way to bless other people. If God gave you the gift of Jesus and you've had your sins forgiven, how then can you keep this from other people? You should use this gift and recognize that this is amazing, that you can be with God for an eternity. You did nothing to deserve God revealing himself to you, but yet God did reveal himself to you and he showed you the truth. And so let's take that and share it with other people, to share with them this amazing gift that you didn't deserve. And so I think these three things are three important ways to truly appreciate and respond well to receiving gifts. Recognize that you don't deserve it, appreciate it or thank the person, and share it with other people. And use this gift as a blessing or as a means to bless other people. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.